In this video, we are going to create an amamograph. An amamograph is a piece of artwork that shows two different images depending on the angle of the viewer or the position in which the viewer is viewing the artwork. So in this work of art, as I move my artwork back and forth, I'm changing the image that the viewer can see. For this art project, we're going to need a few things. You're going to need scissors, glue, pencil, a ruler, and some crayons or any type of coloring materials will work. I'm using a 9x12 piece of paper, but any size paper will do. The first thing we're going to do is we have our paper horizontally. The tall side is at the top and the bottom, and I'm going to fold my paper in half, similar to if you were making a birthday card for somebody. I'm going to crease it, and then I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to cut right up the middle where that crease was. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our ruler and we're going to be making straight lines down vertically on our paper. I'm going to line up my ruler with the edge of my paper and make a straight line. And I'm going to keep doing that all the way across both of my pieces of paper. So each time I draw a line, I move over my ruler to line up with that line and draw another one. Now I have two pieces of paper that are the same size and have vertical lines running all the way across. The next thing I need to do is decide what I want each side of my artwork to look like. In my example, I have a rainbow on one side and a four-leaf clover on the next. So I'm going to draw an image on each one. They could go together in some way or they could be completely different. I'd like to make this one a little bit different. So I think what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to draw a four-leaf clover on one side and a pot of gold on the other. So the key is to make your image large, whatever you're going to draw, and also to make sure you color the entire thing. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my two images. So like I said, I'm doing a pot of gold on one, and then on the other one, I think I'm going to do a nice big four-leaf clover. So still kind of sticking with our St. Patrick's Day theme, but you can do anything you'd like on these. Once you have the drawing done, we're going to take our crayons and we're going to color the entire thing. Once you have your two drawings colored, you will take your scissors and cut on all of those guiding lines that we did earlier. So I'm just taking my time and I'm cutting straight up, and I know it's kind of crazy because we just spent all that time on our picture, but we are going to cut through all of those guiding lines at this point. Alright, all of my pieces are colored and cut. I need a second sheet of paper now at this point. So what we're going to do at this point is we're actually going to glue our images back together on this paper. The only difference is we are going to alternate the pattern. So I'll glue one of my clovers, and then I'll go to my first pot of gold. Clover, pot of gold, clover, pot of gold, clover, pot of gold, clover, pot of gold. So at this point, I'm going to neaten them all up and glue them down to that piece of paper. Alright, so here it is. We have it all glued down. As you can see, it's both my images that I chopped up and then I arranged in a pattern. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some folding, and it's very similar to like if you were going to make a paper fan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold on each of these lines where my images transition from one picture to the next. So I'm going to fold and then flip, fold and then flip, fold, flip, fold,